Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's webinar. So, we sincerely apologize for the little delay. Hey, how are we doing? So, it's nice to meet a lot of us. I know today is going to be our first time meeting me for so many of us. So, welcome to Raising an Exceptional Girl Child webinar. I am super excited to be with us tonight. So I'm just going to quickly make sure that everyone has the correct details and everyone is trying to join in. So just give me 1 second while I go ahead to do that to make sure that everybody is able to join us tonight. So welcome. So how are you doing? How has it been? How has your weekend been? How did your day go? Mine was very hectic. Just got back not quite long, but I would say that it was such a great day today, and I had a very rewarding experience. So hey, welcome to Raising an Exceptional Girl Child webinar. Go tell somebody that we are live. And sorry about the blast that came into the group chat. So sorry about that. That's one of the things we get to see, and one of the things with having to do things online. You always have these scammers want to find a way to penetrate genuine groups. So welcome everybody. So how are you? I want to hear from you. Let me check the comment section and be sure that I'm able to see everybody. I'm just going to check the comment section just to be sure that I am able to see everybody. Okay, so tell somebody we are live and it's Raising an Exceptional Girl Child webinar. Y'all don't know how I feel. Like I'm super excited, okay? I'm super excited. Let me just go ahead and chat the group so that everyone is able to join in. So how are we? Let me hear from us. How are we doing? How has our evening been? How are we doing? Let me hear from you. How are you? Okay, so just making sure that everyone is here. So hey. So for those that are just meeting me for the first time, we're going to have an amazing time, right? We're going to have an amazing time. I'm very passionate about women, especially young girls, because I believe that the number one key to getting it right is the number one key rather to raising extraordinary women is getting it right from the onset, catching them young. And I believe so much, like so much in young girls, in helping them become more, in helping them define. So this webinar was actually birthed from a place of pain as a result of what we have to deal with when we go out for Made for More Girl Child secondary school project. We've been on this for more than 4 years, where we speak to a lot of young girls, and most times the kind of things we hear are, I can tell you for free, they are disheartening, right? They are disheartening because most times it's as if these young girls are being raised in an environment where nobody is genuinely paying attention to them. And so you have them tell you crazy things. I could remember one that I almost wept at the school for, one that said that her grandfather has been molesting her right from when she was small. And the funny thing about it is that she cannot even tell anybody about it. There's some things she can't say. There's some things that, who is going to listen to you, right? Who is going to listen to you when you begin to say them? They're like, oh, you want to lie against your grandfather. Can you imagine someone coming to say that her grandfather is the one responsible and has been trying to molest her? A lot of us, of course, a lot of people are not going to believe her. And most times it's going to be a case of, you're trying to lie. You want to destroy the family lineage. You want to destroy the family name. We hear a lot of these things every other time. And it's usually like, oh my goodness, can we just get a breath of fresh air? So today we're going to be looking at how can we raise an exceptional girl child. So let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. I would want to know. See, we're going to I'm very excited, right? For those that know me, you know that when I come with so much fire, like so much fire. And of course, make sure you go nowhere. Stay to the end of this webinar as I'm going to be giving out the free gift at the end of the webinar. Yes, a free gift for my girls. Of course, I'm expecting that those that are right here are the heads of school, parents, guardians, and all of those. Awesome, 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 awesome. I can see the comments. Keep it coming, right? It's going to be a very interactive session tonight. We're going to be talking and talking a whole lot. The goal is that we're going to be rubbing minds, and I'm going to be sharing with you from my wealth of experience what we have experienced with this girl child over the years. So I need us to talk. I need you to hear what they are not telling you, right? I need you to hear what they are not telling you. For some of us, no matter how close you are with your girl child, I tell you, there are some things that they will still not want to be able to come up to say. They'll still feel like, oh, I'm not even sure about this. How is she going to feel if she hears this? How is she going to see me if I begin to tell her this? So we are going to have a very amazing ride tonight. I'm just going to be checking from my end to make sure that every other thing is okay and to make sure that our live video is going great. Okay, so also I see that everything is good, 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 good. So hey, let's run, let's run, let's run. Who is ready for this? Let's run tonight. So welcome, and here is the promise. I love to start with a promise so that all of us are on the same page about our expectations, so that everybody is certain about what they are expecting. Everyone is certain about what they are going to be getting. So this is the promise. And what is the promise I'm making to you? That in this webinar, I am going to show you how to raise an exceptional girl child who will blossom into a responsible woman. Hey, is somebody excited? I know the challenge is God. Especially, you have a lot of people say they are scared of having girls. They don't want to deal with premarital sex, getting pregnant out of wedlock. You know, a lot of parents that have girls are scared about a lot of things. There are a lot of things they don't want to deal with. They're like, God, am I sure this my girl child is going to turn out well? We're dealing with a lot of fears. Am I sure she's not being molested? Am I sure she's not having to deal with one challenge or the other? And of course, we know the uniqueness of our work today. So we are going to be seeing how to be able to raise these girls that they blossom into responsible women, right? That they blossom into responsible women. So yes, 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 yes. And my focus tonight is to teach you how to raise a socially, mentally, morally, and emotionally stable girl child, even in a messed up society. Our society has become so messed up that sometimes you don't even know what to listen again. You know, it wasn't like this some years back. It used to be a lot more better. It used to be a lot more different, right? So we're going to be seeing how to raise these girls even a messed up society, right? Even in a society where it seems like everything is going haywire and we're not even sure about what to expect anymore. So let's run, let's run, let's run. So who is this webinar for? You're just asking who is this webinar for, and I'm going to quickly run through who this webinar is for, right? So are you wondering if you should be in this room right now? Should I be here? Should I just exit? Is this place for me? Is this place not for me? This webinar is for anyone with a strong desire to see young girls become better persons in the society and blossom into responsible women. So if you have a strong desire, whether you're a parent, you're a guardian, you're a head of school, you're a teacher, an uncle, an auntie, right? Any of these categories where you fall into, whether you're a big brother, a big sister, so long as you have contact, you're in contact with, or you have influence over the girl child, this webinar is for you. So hey, meet your coach. For those that are meeting me for the first time, I'm very excited, right? I like to meet new people. Like, I'm very excited to get to meet new people, interact with them. So for those that are just meeting me and you're wondering who is this lady that is so happy about this topic and that is so happy about helping people raise better girls. So my name is Jennifer Chinenwa Emma-Obadi, and I am Africa's #1 women development consultant and expert, and I am God's choicest servant to bring women into their place of calling. See, when I hear women, like, there's a way it used to do me. You know why? Growing up wasn't a kind of fun experience. Of course, I'm going to be sharing a bit of my story with us in the course of this webinar. So I am God's choicest servant to bring women into their calling, right? I am a girls and women coach and mentor, a published author, transformational speaker, multiple award winner, founder of the Extraordinary Woman Academy, founder of Top Notch Creative Services. I'm a kingdom addict. I love Jesus. I love to say it anywhere that I go, right? I'm a kingdom addict, and I'm a co-pastor at Dynasty of Glory, a mother of 2 biological adorable sons and many more sons and daughters. And of course, I am a queen that is married to her heaven-ordained king. So maybe you're wondering, should I listen to her? Why should I listen to her? Are you sure this is not another night of one of those webinars? No, go nowhere. This is not another of those webinars, and I mean it. Like, I literally mean every word of it. So why should you listen to me? Are you wondering, why should I listen to her? I was not born with a golden spoon. I was born in an environment that was destruction enabling. Like, literally a kind of environment that can destroy you. Like, everything around you seems to be set up to lead you into destruction. So that was the kind of environment that I was born into, where girls were constantly sexually molested and taken advantage of. Call it the street life. Yeah, yes, call it the street life, and you're not mistaken. You're absolutely correct. But today, God has helped me move from merely existing, from that point where people just live for having to put food on their table and for where the next meal was going to come from, where another meal is going to come from. And God has helped me to move to a point where I am able to shape and impact lots of life. I have successfully led the Made for More Girl Child project for 4+ years and still counting. See, Made for More Girl Child project it's an amazing time for me. I look forward to it. Do you know why? I look forward to it because this is one moment when I get to meet with a generation next. I get to meet with those that we're expecting that they will grow up to become responsible women who will break every form of bias and who will make the name woman something that is worthy of reckoning and something to be proud of. So I always look forward to speaking with my girls. I always look forward to going for the Made for More Girl Child project, and we have been having this project for 4+ years, and it's always such an amazing time. Okay, so I will be sharing from my wealth of experience working with girls in this webinar. I'm going to be doing that. All that we have heard from all of the counseling sections, all that these girls tell us, things that you can't even believe it. Like, you can't even think of it. Some of them, you can't even imagine it. Some of them, what you think there are some things you kind of try to hide from them because you think they don't know. Hey, they know more than you know. They know much. Oh God. In fact, when some of them are talking about sexual styles, you can't, your mind cannot go around it. So if there is anybody that you need to listen to, I am one of them. Like, when I'm talking, just open your ears. Open it so wide that you're able to hear, and you're of course able to learn from all that we're going to be sharing tonight. Hey, so now let's take a dig deep. Let's dig deep, very deep. Fasten your seatbelt and let's take this ride to, okay. So, drum rolls. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is understanding of seasons, right? A lot of time I speak with parents and I hear things like, oh, these children, these kids, they don't understand anything. They don't even care. They don't know what their parents are going through. You try to denial of the seasons that they are in. Hey, my darling, it's time from you. Awesome. I can see all the comments. Keep it coming. And yes. Please tell me where you're watching from. I can see Ijoma Sawara say she's watching live from Lagos. Hey, awesome, Ijoma. Glad to meet you. Fidel said this is a great one. Sylvia, we are fine. Awesome. So keep the comments coming. I don't want to lose touch of you at any point and any moment. So, understanding of seasons. The question is, there is a question I always ask parents. Do you understand the seasons that we are in? We are in a season where you can no longer afford to tell your girl child, don't allow a man touch you. If he touches you, you will get pregnant. Like, are you joking? Are you kidding me right now? We are in a season where you cannot longer afford to say, hey, I'm shy, yo. How do I talk about sex? How do I even call her and start telling her? How do I call the penis? How do I call the breast? How do I call the vagina? How do I call all these things? Ha ha ha. Are you serious? And you're a parent, you're a guardian, you're a head of school, you're a teacher, you are someone that is working hand in glove in a world whereby every single thing is speaking pornography. Like pornography is not the act. Like every single picture. You see someone trying to advertise what is it called now? Maybe a product, maybe a soap, and you're seeing a naked woman, almost naked, and you're saying you can't be kidding me. And you're saying you're still finding it difficult to call the pennies, something that they know. In fact, they know the greatest names more than you even know. Most times when I speak with young guys, a lot of people feel like, are you not being too raw? Like, are you not being too serious about this thing? Try and tone it down. Just call it the private parts, the thing. You're still teaching them, don't allow a man touch you. If he touches you, you get pregnant. You're not teaching them about the important things. You're still making it look like sex is all about unwanted pregnancies. Who told you that? Have you not seen a lot of people who are single mothers who seem, in quotes, of course, to be doing well? Of course, some of them might have gotten to a point where they've given their life to Christ, or they've repented, or they've changed, even if they've not given their life to Christ, but they have changed from where they used to be, and they have come to a point where they have become responsible mothers. And at this age, you're still teaching your girls, don't allow a man touch you. Don't allow him touch your breast. Remember, pregnancy. If you get pregnant in this house, you will give birth to that child. A lot of people say, and you're not teaching her the worst things about the dangers of pregnancy. Now, let me tell you something. I used to know of a very young girl, someone that was a mentee, and this young girl met me and she said she can't control sex. Like, she's so addicted. Like, when you stay in the hostel and then you see people move from one room, as in they're literally begging boys to sleep with them. Is that bad? Like, she's not trying to do it for money. She's not asking you for money. She's not asking you for any of those things. She's not asking you. She's saying, just take me, take me, take me. Is that bad? She can't hold herself. She can't keep herself. So in a generation whereby a lot of people are teaching gay, you're still teaching you don't know that sex has moved from girl to boy. It's not girl to girl. And it's so common. Like, these things are so common. You might think it's very close to you. Very, very close to your doorstep. You're not teaching them things about the spiritual implications of sex. You're not even talking about the mental toil that it takes on them. Have you not seen girls who cannot concentrate? I like that one is like a basis. Like, I've gotten to a point where I don't even used to think so much of that one, because it's something that you're always hearing. Like, it's a norm. You will hardly counsel 10 girls, and 8 out of those 10 girls are dealing with it. They can't concentrate. Like, they stay in the class, they stay where they are, and all they are thinking about, all they are fantasizing, all they're imagining. And so a teacher is somewhere standing in front of the door teaching, in front of the board rather, and class teaching, and the young girl is totally lost. She can't get her head around anything. So if you're still teaching them, you will get pregnant. Like, that's the days of our mothers, and you need to stop that today. And that is part of the reason for this webinar. You need to start teaching them the main thing. You need to understand the season. See, we are in a knowledge base. If you don't teach them, this one is not time that you used to say is the teaching is very far. It's very closer than you can imagine, closer than you think. So if you don't teach them, they will go out and they will learn it. And when they learn it the wrong way, so you're still being shy about calling pennies. They will go out and they will learn it. And oh my goodness, that will not be the portion of anybody on this live webinar in the name of Jesus. They will go out and they will learn it, and it's going to be crazy. Like, you can't imagine. You can't imagine the damage. So you need to begin to teach deeper things. Understanding the season and the generation we are in is very important, right? In this time, you need to understand that what worked for your mothers will no longer be applicable 100% to their generation. Awesome, awesome. I can see Odewale. I hope I get the name correctly. I'm watching from Ikorodu. You're amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much, Odewale. Now, you need to understand, like, that thing your mother used to teach you. You can remember, most times I talk to my guests, I'm like, really, but this life, you remember the things they taught us, how you need to, wash, how you need to cook, how you need to do this, how you need to do that. And it appeared as though that was basically what a woman was meant for. I'm sure there are a lot of women that are not cooking and washing. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying don't cook, but this is the reality of our world. Now there are washing machines. You don't need to stress yourself. We have dishwashers. So if you're still not understanding the season and you're still teaching her something that is of little or no importance, hey, you need to repent today. Like, repent. Type repent for me in the comment section. Say, I am repenting today. I'm going to start having those deep conversations. I want to see it in the comments. Who are those that are repenting today? Let me see. Type. I am repenting today. I'm repenting today. Also, I'm Jennifer watching from Owerri. Awesome, Jennifer. I'm glad you're watching from Owerri. I'm in Owerri too currently having this webinar. So type in the comment for me and say, I am repenting today. I want to see that. So you need to understand the season. Very important. We are in a knowledge base. So you can't even say, I cannot, you yourself need to be knowledgeable about the things. You need to learn the slangs. You need to know the latest song. You need to know these things, because these are the basis by which you will begin to form conversations. It's not when they're telling you something that is the reason you're talking about. In our time, it was not like that. Oh, what's that? What's that? Ask that person sitting next to you. Say, what's that? All right, so let's run, right? The next is have a clear definition of the girl you want to raise. What kind of girl do you want to raise? I don't know about you, but I want to raise a girl that is smart. I want to raise a girl that is intellectually sound. I want to raise a girl that is a critical thinker. I want to raise a girl that is strong-willed. Begin to write it, as in write it, spell it out. Don't just say I want to raise a good girl. Good girl is vague. You have not defined the attribute. Define the attribute. What do I want to see in this young girl? Where do I want to see her go from? I want to raise a girl that is going to be financially stable. I want to raise a girl that is going to live sexually pure till marriage. I don't know for you. I'm not saying raise what I want to raise. I am telling you what I want to raise. And I am saying what like that is seriously, right? I want to raise a girl who is going to take sexual purity seriously. Be messing around. I want to raise a girl who is going to get damaged by sexual experiences. To reach out emotionally, is mentally stable, a child that is morally stable, a child that is socially stable. I want to raise a girl that can be able to come out and can be able to speak and can be able to do stuff. I don't want to raise a zombie in quotes that comes out and is literally shaking. No. So write down what you this. or I'm going to do that, right? Are you still with me? Please let me know if you lose me at any point. And I pray with I'll go very angry and make it crystal clear and make vision clear. The next is become the model. The easiest way to teach is you don't know what you have done to yourself. Like, you honestly do not know what good you're doing to yourself right now. It's easier to reform an already raised child, because things you would have imputed and instilled from the very beginning. Very, very easy, very, very easy to build from scratch. So become the model. I know you get to tell about the kitchen, how you're going to go back and you're going to say, Nkechi, yes, now I know how to deal with you. Hey, Taiwo, yes, now I know what to do to you. They said that you need to do this. I know that is part of the reason why you came. But my response, you need to become the model that you want your girl to be. The question is, what are you modeling? What's modeling? You're a big sister, big brother watching this webinar right now, whether live or replay. What are you modeling, right? Do you have the right value system, the right standards, the right principles for yourself before you begin to want to instill it into another person, before you begin to want to make her become like that? So you see this job of raising, it's about you first. I was speaking with someone earlier to one of my mentees, and I was telling her, I was like, see, in all you do, marry well is very important. Very, very important in marriage. You see, character formation, who you have become. Somehow you begin to see those traits in your children. And that is why you cannot afford lead by influence. Become whom you want them to be. Be that person that fall for anything. They don't see you read and you want them to read. Like, how now? How will they read? You come and tell them, do this, do that, do that, do that. Instructor. You don't show or do anyone. No, you got to repent, right? You have to repent. So you have to become whom you want them. Create or build a relationship. This is like, oh my goodness. You know why? Because a lot of times some people don't know where to start. And especially when you've missed out of this thing from a very young age, or let's say, for example, for those of us that have let's say an assistant, maybe a relative, a family member stay with us, a girl child that, you know, someone you just brought in to come stay with you, to come help you. Some of us, you see this one, create and build relationship. Hey. This is where a lot of work is. Like, where do I start? How do I begin to talk about these things? What do I even say? How do I say this? How do I begin to do this? It is possible. See, on this journey, you must build relation. Like, there is no two ways about it. Absolutely no two ways. It's either you do it or you do it. It's either you do it or you do it. So it is very important to build relationship with that young lady. You would agree with me that you consider as an enemy, that who you consider as an enemy, you do not open up to. Can you imagine you need to open up for to your enemy? I want to share your secrets with them. No, it's not possible. But a lot of you, that is what you want. You want them to open up to you, and then it's more like you're an enemy. Right? It's more like you are an enemy. So you need to know, keep it at the back of your mind that I have to. Now, I want to help you. I want to help you. Like, it's my heart desire to help you to be able to build at least a level of friendship, to the point where you at least even gain, right? So the number one step. This is where you need to listen and listen very good. Relationship is be open. Be open. You need to be open. A lot of you are not open. You are not. You like to form macho. Have you heard those things? I hope we don't have parents here that tell their children, I never failed though. I carried first all through. Even when you're the one that used to come last from behind in the class, you say, no, I was always coming first. Very smart, intelligent, right? You need to be open. Because part of the goal is that they need to from mistakes. Yes, they need to share your experience with them. The good ones, share it with them. The bad ones, share it with them. What are the lessons? And of course, in sharing with them, you must share what is age appropriate. Very important. You must share what is age appropriate. Like, you can't come and start telling a boy or a girl, sorry, I used boy because I have two boys. A girl of for example, okay, let me use my girl for example. I think she's about 16. You come and start telling a girl of 16 and said that there was a is it by magic, or you now begin to share with a girl of 4 years that you now begin to give a girl of 4 years details. No, you must share what is age appropriate. I was having a conversation the other day with my girl. I was talking about crush. I was like, hey, who is checking you? Like, so I was like, open up now, tell me who is your new crush? Like, that's she now asked me a question. I was like, okay, do you used to crush on? I said, now it's not crush. All of us we crush now. Is it not crush? I crush. Everybody we crush. Do you understand? So share your experience. Don't try to be all up there. Because your experience is good, like, okay, I'm not some sort of person. Okay, these are part of the things that I get to experience. Oh, so I can even overcome this. So it's not just about me. If this person can handle this, I can share your experience, share your lessons. Don't try to just bottle it up every time you're bottling up, okay? The next is be vulnerable and kill shyness. I know somebody is asking me, how can I kill shyness? This shyness thing, it has dealt with us. It has a lot about sex. How do I keep mouth and start talking about the private part, the penis, the this, the this? How do I keep mouth and even start having this kind? Hey God, how will my face be? How am I supposed to be looking? Right? You need to kill shyness. How do they say it? Just say it. Just say it. Just go ahead and say it. That's the how. There's not a how. I want to teach this thing. I just have to make up my mind. So another thing that can help you when it has to do is finding conversation enablers. Conversation enablers, maybe a story, maybe you choose to be age appropriate, right? So look for conversation initiators and conversation enablers and start. Maybe story, just share, start from there. You notice that by the time you begin to share story, you're more relaxed, yeah? And she on her own part will start to, open up more, relax, like, story time, there's this level of vulnerability during storytelling, right? So you must learn to be vulnerable and kill shyness. Have deep conversations. Very important. Have those deep conversations. Talk about sex. Talk about masturbation. Talk about what are all of those things now? Talk about addiction. Talk about drugs. Just have those very conversation. Talk about their body parts. Talk about the different phases and seasons. These things are important. You cannot afford not to talk about them. If you don't talk about them, they would discuss it. It's like it's just you that is trying to be shy. If you don't talk about it, they will discuss it, right? So the next is stay relevant and updated. I've spoken about that, and I'm not going to go over that again. Be aware of what's happening, what's the latest update, and what are all of those, right? The next is be intentional and systematic. Yes. I'm going to just stay a little on this. We are in a very busy world, like very busy. If you have a girl child here that is a teenager, at least it's up to 13, 14, 15, I need you to tell me the honest truth. Okay, don't tell me. In your mind, evaluate your relationship. How often do you speak with her? How often do you do that? So you now realize that we are in a kind of different world. This wasn't those times when we are always with our mothers, when we used to have all the time and conversation happen. Right now, you need to be intentional and systematic about having conversations. If you need to schedule a time and say within this time frame, schedule the time. And say by the time I'm done with this webinar now, I'm heading straight to my living room and we're going to go have some conversations. Yes, I'm going to go have some conversations with my teens. Right? If you need to schedule a time, maybe Saturday mornings, maybe Sunday after service, you just need to be the way you have your to-do. They are also important and should be part of your to-do. If you're a school owner and you don't have counseling days, you don't have days where somebody comes and speaks to these girls outside of the whole thing they learn in class, you're joking. Like, are you kidding me? In this time, you need to be intentional and systematic about building relationship with them. The same way you're going to be intentional about checking up on somebody when you want to build a contact. There's a way you behave. Oh, let me check out. Oh, once in a week, you just hi, just checking up on you, taking care of yourself, just sent you airtime. In that same way, you have to be systematic. Create time, create a system. You can call it anything. You can call it family time. You can call it bonding time. Just anything. But make sure you're being intentional and you're being systematic and you're creating a system that is able to talk. Come for your conversations. Plan what you're going to talk. Don't just leave it a spontaneous thing, right? On the moment something. No. What are we going to be discussing today? They might not know, but you know. From watching them, observing them, you're seeing their needs, you're seeing areas that they need to improve on, you're watching and you're seeing areas that they're still struggling with, right? You're able to come up with conversations that is going to help you, okay? So I think we've done justice to that. So build relationship, right? Or if you're already building, say, I am determined to build better relationship. I want to see that in the comment. Build relationship. Build relationship. Somebody say that. If that is something, the only thing you go with, let it ring in your head. Build relationship. Be systematic. Be intentional. Be systematic. Be intentional about it. Okay. So let's quickly run. So the next is her social life. Right? What type of social life are you exposing her to? Ranging from the school she goes, there's something I love to tell parents. I've had this conversation like, oh, you have to look for a school that is affordable. You have to look for a school that, you can afford, a school that is within range. And I'm like, really? If affordability is the only reason why you are looking for a school for your child, you've missed it. You have missed it a lot. You have to look for a place that will enable other parts of their growth. You have to look at their social life. What kind of relationships can they have? What kind of people can they meet when they go to church? There's some schools that, oh my goodness, there is a school there that I put one of my teens. That was like how many years back? That school was like the worst mistake in my life. Today, I still regret having my child go to that school. It's like the worst mistake. Because in that school, nobody is watching. A child can actually be doing something and everybody is carried away. Even the teacher is carried away and nobody. So you have to, we have a system. From the things that you've seen in schools, why are my children here? I am currently making a lot of considerations with having to change my children's school, and I'm currently looking out for something better, right? So you must have an answer. The people are my children. Create systems for your children whereby by the time they're doing, you're already strategically positioning them. Like, they don't have to start struggling from scratch to get position. They've already met friends. And I'm not saying that is also the only basis for you to send your child to a school. No, there is more. What kind of things happen there? What's the spiritual background of the school? So you have to consider all of these things. So the school they go to is important. What kind of church do you attend? There's some church that are not good for young girls. Auntie, uncle, leave that place. You go, all people do is village people's meeting. People gather, and there is nothing enabled. There is no session for the young people. I don't care. Even if your church is made up of more of aged people, there has to be a system that will accommodate the younger ones, because their need is not your need. And they are very important. So what kind of social life are you building for them? If you're not able to leave, maybe because God has called you to stay there, then find another thing that can fill in, right? Find another thing that can fill in. So what kind of places do you visit? What kind of places do you go to? You club, they know, they see you. I'm not saying, I'm not going to force or coerce you into taking what I'm saying, but I'm telling you what I believe and what I know work. You finish club, you come and tell us our boyfriend. How? You're modeling now. Remember where we started from? Being the model. You're modeling. So you need to fix all of this. Movies actually in your home. Anybody can come and watch anything. Anything at all goes. Every time they are, what are some of these? Is it that it's pop? Is it that it's Tracy? There are naked women always twerking. What? You're messing up with your mind. You need to know that once you decide to get married, once you decide to begin to have children, and you decide to begin to live together, you must understand that a lot of things is not about you. Raising a child, whether a girl or a boy right now, is about sacrifice. So you can decide to have your movie time. You can decide to choose the movie you see in your closet, it's not every movie that is right for them. Your friends come, they can just land your jumping ground, they just start bagamba, right? They just land and they begin to watch anytime, like, hey, and you laugh, and you hit your, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious right now? You need to repent, like, you need to change after this webinar. You need to protect their mind. Protect their mind. They're always feeding themselves with sins of people that are doing anything and anyhow. Engage them. Let them watch things that will help them think. Critical thinking. Things that will build their intellect, that will build their moral. Right? I heard a story of a boy that became an armed robber at a very young age. And, when he was caught, they now started to ask him, why are you doing this at such age? Where did you learn it? He said he learned it from Nollywood. And he mentioned the name of an actor, I'm not going to mention the name, who is his role model, and how they are always shooting, always going for robbery, and all the ginger that comes, hey, now we, and the boy began to, like kids. And for him, they were always successful in the robbery. And he could see them coming back with money, and there was even no adult. At least the parents would have been around to be watching with them, and maybe even make such things conversation initiators. Remember that, and begin to talk with them. Also, I said I'm determined to build a better relationship. I love that, and now begin to talk with them. Oh, don't do this. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at the repercussion. Oh, see this. There was nothing like that. So the boy would just literally watch the movies, and he was already picking interest in a career in armed robbery and kidnapping. And they caught him, very small boy. They are always watching movies of Yahoo, and how they are making money and all of those. And it's okay. You need to watch it. You need to watch it. That's the goal of this webinar, that you can go back and become a better person, right? So what the next is, what kind of conversations do you have around them? Your friends come and talk about how they had sex with their boyfriend, and you're like, really? This one, maybe a conversation comes up and sleep with a man before getting married to the man, and the man left, and you're like, oh, why would she do that now? Is it not just sex? That guy is too good. And you finish, you come and teach her and say, you should not be doing this kind of thing. Don't. Are you serious? You're contradicting yourself. What kind of conversations are you having around her? Whether the person is there or not, whether you're having the conversation in the person's presence or in the person's absence, so long as your girl child is there, what kind of conversations are you having around her, right? Very important. The next is knowing her friends and discovering what type of conversations they have. Who are her friends? What do they talk about? Try to find out. So when you gather with your friends, what do you discuss? Are you serious? Is it only this thing you talk about? Try to find out. That is even how you begin to tell if she's making good friends. If there's always nothing, don't talk about anything. You should not be asking Are you sure that these people should be your friend, right? Or, of course, it happen. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Her mental development. How intentional are you about her mental development? Aside you, who else is talking to her? Do you invest in books? Of recent, in the month of June, I had to pay for some books I'm going to be reading with my teens in this July. I brought out I spent the money, I bought the books. There's never going to be a perfect time. You need to know that. If there is one thing you must know that time is one luxury that we cannot afford. Like it waits for nobody. So there is never going to be a time, like never. So maximize the time. Prioritize what you should invest in. What are you prioritizing? You can afford to go and be buying them clothes, no books. They have like three different types of jeans, and then three different types of chinos, and then three different types of plain trousers, different colors. They'll come out, they're looking gash, they're paying it. Are you kidding me? And you're not investing in books, you're not investing in courses. How are you even teaching them that mental development is important? So they basically come out and all they can afford to speak is Queen's English because, of course, these days everybody is able to speak English. Nobody even wants to speak their local dialect anymore. So they come and that is it. Nothing else. They only read their school books. Nothing else. If you're here, you need to repent. So you need to learn to invest in courses, invest in coaching programs like Made for More coaching program. Yes, we're going to be having a coaching program for young girls from ages 8 to 19 in the month of August. We're going to have two batches. We're going to have 1st to 13th, and we're going to have 24th to 5th of September. It's the summer holiday. What will they be doing? Invest in such coaching program. And in fact, I battled a long time before I could even settle in on the price. I had to slash down the price. Why? I want everybody to be able to afford it. So there is no jokes around it. Right? There is no jokes around it. You shouldn't be the only one speaking to your girl child. And I'm sure a lot of people are in their mind, they're like, oh, how much is it? Let it be something we can afford. It's something you can afford. It's just 2,999 naira only. And we're going to be dealing with a lot of rich things. You're going to avail them the opportunity to be in an environment, where they'll be learning things that will shape them. Aside the books they are reading, the academics, things that will shape them. Important life skills, communication, sexual purity, identifying pedophiles and what to do with them. They're going to be learning a lot of things. And the beautiful thing about it is that we are also going to be having a free consultation session. We're going to have a free consultation session with the girls where we're going to assess them and determine the point where they are. And we are also going to have a master class for the parents. Now, listen to me. I'm a coach, right? I am not going to divulge your child or what your child entrusted me with. I wouldn't do that. I would only give you a basic guidance on how to do that. Except you want to pay for a one-on-one coaching. Maybe you're feeling that your child has gotten to a point where she's dealing with a lot of secrecy and you don't even know what to do at this point. Like, they don't tell you anything. Like, you don't know anything. If there is one thing, and there is one thing that I do, is that I can be able to decode and uncode what is locked up on the inside. So except you choose to go for a one-on-one session, and we are going to talk about it, and I'm going to, at the point, bring in your girl child and make her understand that, hey, look, every discovery we're going to be making, mommy and daddy is going to be involved, but you can trust us. Now, what are we going to do? We will not just tell you and leave you to go and handle. We will work with you and work with your girl child to make sure that you're handling it well. Because a lot of times you tell parents, like, hey, this girl has killed me, oh, hey, this girl has finished me, oh, hey, you mean, we're not further for all of those. So you first of all go through some sessions with us, and that is why it's an intensive one-on-one. And then we go through some sessions with your girl, and then we are trying to get you both to a point where even the girl can now begin to trust you as a mentor moving forward. Because if they will trust you, you need to handle those matters well. You don't just barge in and see them maybe watching people like, hey, or come and say, mommy, I don't know how to say something, or daddy, I don't know how to say this. I've been struggling with my spiritual. Say, what? Holy Ghost fire, blood of Jesus. What's that? They will never come again. never come again. So we're going to be having that session, but for the Made for More coaching program for August summer break is a general group coaching. See, for the fact that it's general, trust me, when of course you're getting more value in this webinar. This actually, I can price this webinar at a 20,000 naira and people are going to pay. But why am I doing this? I discovered that we can't keep making these things available to only the rich. Yes, we can't keep making these things available to only those that are so wealthy. No, that is why we are going to be having the group coaching in August. Just 2,900. It's not up to money for pizza. It's not even payment. It's commitment fee. Because of course, that is not payment. It's just to get you committed. So you're wondering, what am I going to be needing? You're going to be needing to make available data. That was also why we made it affordable. So you can be able to make available data. You can be able to make available a smartphone for your girl child. And we're going to have all the replays available. They're going to always have access to it. Do you know why? This thing is not a one-off thing. For some of you, you need to go back again, and listen to this replay. Right? I don't even know if I'll give you this replay, but in case I change my mind, you need to go back again and again and listen. It's not a one-off. It's not. Some of you are looking for magic. Let's just do it sharp. Let it happen today. Let it do today. This girl has killed me. Hey, let's do it. It is not magic. I need to tell you the truth. There is no magic around it. So we're going to have the replays available where you're going to go through it over and over again. We're going to have a free masterclass with the parents of the participant, the guardian, the big sister, anybody at all of the participants, and we are going to tell you generally our discoveries, what to go back and work on with your child. We're not going to be divulging any one-on-one. I've told you how we can be able to handle that. And if you're here, you know your children's teacher, sign them up for this thing because they need to be able to learn. They need to see what we are teaching, watch the program and like, okay, so these are ways I can be having this conversation. These are, if you're a head of school, this is important. They need to see how to initiate conversation, how to structure their teachings, how to, plan their teachings, right? So sign them up for Made for More coaching program. It's just 2,999 and the price will soon go up. Funny enough, yes, it will. It will. It will. But for now, we are going to make sure that it's accessible and it's affordable for everyone, okay? So prioritize her needs. Now, look at one mistake that parents make. When you keep buying a girl material things as against investing in important things like her spiritual life, her mental development, you are telling her that what is more important in her life is her looks. And most times, you will always make comments like, you need to look for a girl so that you marry. You're telling her that you need to work hard towards finding man. But some of you don't know. What are you prioritizing for her? What are you prioritizing for her? What are you prioritizing for that girl that is under your care? And see, it doesn't have to be your daughter. It can be your house help. It can be your domestic assistant. It does not have to be your... When you don't even invest in them, you leave them with your children. That's the worst now. Hey, God. That's the worst. You leave them with your children and you go out. I know how much I want to go and sign up for a coaching program for my boys. Hey, no, now it doesn't work like that. These things are not. They are not. What is it called now? It's not magic. You think you'll be focusing on you and your child. You ignore the one that is looking after them, the one that is taking care of them. How do you want her mindset to change to get to a point where she can begin to think, right? Oh, come on. We got to run, right? We got to run. Okay. So the next is make her part of the decision-making process. DMP means decision-making process. A lot of you, I don't know, you decide everything. They come, mommy, we need to do, okay, do it like this, do it like this. You don't see, I ask why, I have no me. If they say I too, they talk. It's okay. Because I need you to get to a point where you can be able to think for yourself in my absence. When you keep making all the decisions for them, do you know what you're doing to them? You're taking away their power to be able to make decisions for themselves. And by doing so, you are taking away real power from them. This is the problem we have today. This is why we have a lot of girls who cannot stand. As in small thing, they are shaking. They get into the university, they've coerced them. They have lured them into prostitution. They have lured them into drugs. I used to know of a girl that she got to a point where, as in the way she smokes, oh Jesus. Like, it was so bad. This is someone that came from a home where her parents were pastors. And especially if you're a religious leader here and you're here, you need to make sure that your home is home for your children. Some of you are making this thing too hard for them. Right? It's about the church. It's about what they have to say. Let them live a normal life, an extraordinary normal life. I will put it that way. Make them part of the decision-making process. Let them think. When they come to you, ask them, why did you do this? Okay, so what do you think you should do now? Why do you think you should do this thing now? What do you think is the best decision? Sometimes when it's decision that has little impact of mistakes, allow them to go and take. When they finish making it, let them come back. You now say, so what was the result? So are you learning now why you need to take better decisions? Make them part of the decision-making process. You decide the clothes they wear. You decide the hair they will make. You decide the food they will eat. You're not trying to talk to them. Even if you have a superior opinion, have a conversation with them and get them to a point where they understand why. If they don't understand why, it will be about you. They'll go back and say, every time it's me. And before you know it, they begin to get withdrawn. Every time it's about me. They want me to do this. They want me to do that. They don't want to. So have that. Be patient. See, you need to learn patience. Oh, that's the next one. Be patient on this journey. You have to go and wear patience as a garment. It's not easy. Sometimes I even want to, flip out of it. That's why I keep telling us it's easier to raise than to reform. But you must learn patience. Like, you need to learn patience, right? You need to be patient. Especially when you've not started these things before now, it's not going to be rocket science. It is not. No, it's not going to be rocket science, right? The next is use conversational style of correction, not instructional. What a lot of you do is instructional. Do this, don't do this, don't do that, move here, don't go there. Like your house is a military, so move, come back, go. You need to use the conversation style. Have a conversation with them. I've already mentioned it. Okay, so why did you do this? Sometimes it might seem like this is taking too long. And sometimes you don't even have the patience. We want to just run off and just... A lot of times, that's why we hit children, because we're not managing our own emotions, right? So you must use the conversational style as against the instructional style, especially when they begin to grow. Getting to the ages of 13, 14, 15, at that moment they are growing. Use the conversational style. So why did you do this? So what have you learned? So why should you do this next time? Should this happen? Should that happen? Okay. The next is listen to them. Listen is very important. Stop destroying them with words. Stop it. And things like, you're a fool. You're a big fool. You don't have sense. You're good for nothing. You are destroying them. You are damaging them. You are damaging their self-confidence. And that is why part of what we're going to be handling at the Made for More coaching program is how to build confidence and overcome self-doubt. A lot of you have shattered these girls, especially for those of them that are house helps, those of them that are domestic assistants. You have used your words to tear them apart. You must mind what you speak. What kind of words are you saying to them? What are you saying to them? Or are you emphasizing on their sexuality? You're a girl. Every small thing, you're a girl. You need to learn. They're not more learning because they are humans. They're not more learning because these things are what they need to be responsible. They're not learning because they are girls. You're a girl. You go to your husband's house. You go everything. You're sending them the message that this life, everything you do has to be about husband's house, right? So you must learn, very importantly, to speak the right words. Speak the right words to them. Okay, so let's run. We don't have so much time. We've done 1 hour already, and we still have a few more to go. So moral development. What values are you instilling in her? I'm not going to take so much time on that. What type of lifestyle do you have? And are you secretly doing those things you have asked them not to do? Are you secretly doing them? You can't help them until you yourself have found help, right? I've said that before. What standards and principles guards your life? How courteous are you when speaking with others? Any small thing, maybe in the shop or the business place, someone comes to patronize, say, you are mad, you are stupid, you are and you want to raise a respectful girl, and she's watching all of those. The day she'll come back one day, she will not know when she will tell, because it has entered her subconscious. So you're building her to know that at any slightest thing, what she needs to do is to get violent and begin to abuse people. So how conscious are you? What kind of words did you say? In my house is a no negative word zone. Like everybody knows. Like if you're a visitor and you come into my house and you speak a negative word about anybody or any child, I will tell you, Nwari, say it. Say he is not this. Say she is not this, right? You must be cautious about your words. Not just with them now, but with other people. What kind of words are you saying? Okay? So we need to run, we need to run, we need to run. Okay, so are your standard and principles crystal clear? Remember, write it down and make it plain. What is your dress sense like? How do you dress? It's not just about them. How do you yourself dress? Very important. Or you dress anyhow and you know better right now, right? What happens around the home and school? Can anybody come and do anything? What happens around the home and the school? These are very, very important things that you must consider to help develop them morally. Okay, emotional development. Oh my goodness, I love this one. But we're going to just try to see how we can run through it because of our time. Emotional development. See, ordinarily, women are emotional beings. Like, they are so emotional. They are so emotional. That is why you see them, they cry a lot. And it's more like, oh. Women are emotional beings. Now, especially for the girl child who is still trying to grow, you need to understand that there is a lot and a lot of work to do, right? So you must prioritize raising an emotionally balanced girl child. And I know you're asking me already, how? Let's get to the how. So here's how to do it, right? Validate her. Validate her. Tell and show her that you love her and care about her. Sometimes hug her. Show her, let her know that you care about her. Right? Validate her. You're beautiful. Ah, you're fine. Ah, this your hair is fine. No. Ah, this your dress is so fine. Ah, you're smart. Ah, validate her. Learn to validate her, right? Provide support and normalize these things. It's not a big deal when they get so that it's not a big deal when they get outside. When you do all of this, you provide support, you normalize saying I love you. Oh, what's the big deal about it? When I go outside and someone tells me I love you, there's no big deal about it anymore. So normalize these things. Very important. Normalize them, right? Teach them how to react when angry by expressing your own emotions. Let them know when you're angry and let them see how you manage your emotions. So I'm angry. So there are times I'll tell my son, maybe someone makes, I'll tell him, I'm angry right now and I don't want to talk. Just give me some moments. I need to be calm. I'm teaching emotional management. I'm teaching that you don't have to have an outburst every time because you are angry, right? So teach them how to be able to manage their own emotions by expressing your own emotions, right? Very important. Guide them to be more focused. Now, you can teach focus by observing them do things, example, house chores. When they do, note the quality of their result. Take note of the quality of their result. Now, you would agree, even when they know how to do it, they will find a way. Their mind will be able to think and provide a way around it. But when someone is doing the thing and their mind is not there, of course, they are obviously going to do it anyhow. And the result is going to be anyhow. So teach them how to focus by observing them. Even in house chores, take note of what they do, and by that you can begin to ascertain what level of focus that they have. You can also have them read books and you ask them questions, right? When they lack focus, make them have to-do list to stay more focused. I tell my girl, write these things down, write it down, write it, have a note, have a checklist. That begins to help you. I want to do this first, I finish. I want to do that first, I finish. Help them have a checklist that will help them begin to build. Now, by the time they begin to build that, before you know, it becomes automated. Before you know, they can be able to go on and on and on. Okay. So the next is self-aware and purpose-driven. Help them become more self-aware. Let them get to be able to ask themselves deep questions. Let them have time for introspection where they think about life. What are my strengths? What are the things I love to do? We're going to have that section at the Made for More coaching program. We're going to have the introspect session. We're going to have a day where all we're going to be doing is get them to a point where they are becoming self-aware, where they're asking themselves the deep questions. And that is why, for those of you that will sign up your girls, you might notice that some of them will come back. Maybe when you get back, they'll be like, Mommy, tell me, Daddy, tell me, what should I do about this? What should I do about that? Okay? Is that okay? All right. Teach them to be courageous. Teach them to be courageous and teach them the right thing. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. So let them know that it's okay to be afraid, but what matters is what you do with the fear. Yes, yes. And we're going to be also handling this, what to do with your fears, how to face your fears. So teach them to be courageous, because most times when they are courageous, they can be able to open up to you. So by the time they are done learning how to face their fears, they can be able to face their fears with you, right? When they break to you, yes, you shouldn't be the one asking, how did this plate break? Teach them to be courageous, to walk up and say, Mommy, I'm sorry I broke it. And how do you support courageous living? If you would have found out by yourself, the disciplinary measure would be lighter or would not be there when they are courageous enough to come tell you. That's another thing that I do to encourage honesty with my kids. When you do anything wrong, so long as you come and tell me, very little or no disciplinary measure. But if you do not tell me and I find out, hey, you will be disciplined, right? You will be disciplined. So teach them to be courageous, okay? So pay attention to her. Pay attention to her. Be observant. Always watch out for the 3 alarm indicators. And somebody is asking, what are the 3 alarm indicators? When you see these 3 things, alarm, 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 something needs to be done. And what are they? Little or no communication. Example, they now start to keep to themselves more, trying to stay alone. They're not keeping secrets. Maybe they used to tell you something before, no matter how small, right? But they have not stopped to tell you, you're no more getting any dish, you're no more hearing anything. These are alarm indicators. They now try to brush through conversations. Sorry, that's conversation, not communication. They now try to brush through conversations and not give details. They don't want to give any detail. They don't want to. You ask them something, before you know, they want to switch topic. They just abruptly they switch the topic. Alarm, 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 right? Mood swings. Mood swings is another alarm indicator. Their moods now is always swinging. This moment they are happy, the next moment they are angry. Absent-mindedness is another alarm indicator. Absent-mindedness. Yes. So it is your responsibility to help her on her journey to becoming. What this means is that you also need to get knowledge for yourself. In your light, they will find light. Somebody notes that. In your light, they will find light. In your light, they will find light. They can't find light in your darkness. They can't find light in your darkness, right? In your light, they are going to find light. So, hey, the damn drum rolls. Join Made for More coaching program today. Today for just $2,999. I'm even feeling like yeah. Who asked me to put this kind of price? Because right now I'm thinking about all of the plans we have for this coaching program, and I'm like, Jennifer, are you serious? But yes, I am going to do that so that no mother, no head of school, no father, no brother, no sister would have a reason to say that they could not enroll their girl child. You cannot have any other reason to say that you could not enroll your girl child, because this, oh my goodness, especially in this economy, like this is like the least. I can't even remember, except for maybe just very small books. But doing this for a coaching program, trust me, this is a lot. And I'm sure you have tasted what it's like to be under my teaching, and it's going to be thorough. I'm going to be sharing with them from my wealth of experience for how many years. Remember, we also have bonuses attached. And of course, we're going to have the one-to-one consultation with them, where we'll be able to assess them. We're going to also have the masterclass for the parents, where we'll teach them our findings, teach them what to go back and do, how to be in touch with their guests, especially when school resumes, and all of those, right? And this is for girls from ages 8 to 19. Ages 8 to 19, right? And there's also going to be access to all the replays. So just these things now, they're not the only things to be learning, but we can't list everything we're going to be learning on this e-flyer. It's not going to contain, right? We're going to be learning how to build confidence and overcome self-doubt. We're going to be learning emotional management, practical ways they can manage their emotion, understanding sex, sexual purity, and how to live sexually pure, right? Purpose discovery, building healthy friendships. What's the relationship model in your house? What are the steps? Is there a relationship guide? Do they already know how to be able to make friends? What to look out for? The systems to choosing a friend. These are the things to be covered. And oh, goodness, trust me, they have not had it this way before. We're also going to be learning character formation, morally sound girls, character formations. A lot of girls are on clouds. A lot of them are, they lack manners. They speak anyhow. They talk anyhow in the public. You can see them talk to their parents anyhow, talk to their guidance anyhow. They need to learn. Bring them to us. Just bring them. Bring them. Bring them. And by the help of God, the Lord is going to walk through us to transform them, right? We're going to also look at identifying pedophiles and what to do. And we're also going to teach them not to be pedophiles themselves, especially for their smaller ones. We're going to teach them. We're going to let them understand the damages of being a pedophile, what to do, what it can do to a person. And we're also going to be having the online guide for teenage girls. The online guide for teenage girls. How do they transition from being offline to online? How do they get online? What are the things they should expect? What are the things they should do? Of course, you would agree with me that the online space is now so awesome that they should begin to maximize it early. We're going to be having the online guide, and we're going to be teaching them the online guide, right? We're going to be teaching them the online guide and how they should be on the internet, what they should do. And that is why we will be having the masterclass, because you will go back and you continue to walk where we stopped. You're not going to, yes, that's what a lot of parents do. They drop off their children at school, pam, they run. No, that is why we organize this webinar for you, so you can learn. So we're going to be having that masterclass to work with you, to also let you understand why you need to go through these things with them, in accordance with your family value system, in accordance with, your belief system and all of those. What should they do? When someone is trying to introduce them into pornography, what should they do? So all of this is going for 2,999 naira. And the price goes up after 48 hours. Yes. After 48 hours, the price will go up. The price is not just going to go up to any other price, but the price is going to go up to 15,000 naira. Yes. So hurry now and register your girl child. If you're head of school, register your teachers. Let them learn the systems, the methodology, how to teach these young girls, right? They will join our classes, they'll be in our classes, and they can be able to learn for themselves what they can be able to teach your students. If you're a head of school here, share this with your parents, share it on your WhatsApp groups, share it. And let me say this. Oh God, how did I forget? Very important. Make sure your circle knows what you know. Make sure, ensure, make it a priority, right? That your circle knows what you know. Let me tell you the danger of them not knowing. When you finish investing your children, they will just water it down. They'll become fire extinguishers. You finish setting them up on fire, they'll just help you and put off the fire first. Because these are people they communicate with. So that is why I encouraged us to invite our friends to join this webinar. Not because you want to make the webinar popular, no, but because you want to make sure that you will not finish working hard and someone will come and spoil your effort. They need to hear what you hear. They need to know what you know. Their children need to be hearing and learning the same thing that your children are hearing and learning. Do you know why? So when they are having conversations, they can say, remember, they can have references. They can make reference to something. Remember what we are taught. Remember this, remember that. They would even become accountability partners. So stop trying to hide knowledge from your circle. Expose them to the knowledge you have. Let them know what you know. Let them learn what you learn. Let them hear the things that you hear. Okay? Very, very important. So, Girl Chat Coaching Program, I'm going to be dropping the link. Let me just quickly chat the link in the comment section so that we all can go and start to enroll. Price goes up after 48 hours. Hey, trust me, it is going up. I cannot imagine. It is going up. It is going up. It is going up, right? Price goes up after 48 hours. So hurry now and enroll your sister, your brother, right? The first batch, awesome, awesome. I can see just can I say this is valuable so much. Thank you. And she's saying thank you for making this affordable. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Go ahead and begin to sign up. Go ahead and remember, don't just sign up. Share this opportunity. Let your circle know what you know. Who are those that you are relating, that your child is relating with, right? Who are those that your child is relating with? Let me chat the link. Let me chat the link in the comment section. I hope this doesn't take me a while. And okay. So let me just quickly chat the link in the comment section. Link to head straight to seller to purchase for more girl child coaching program for your child. So we are starting on the 1st of November, depending on whichever batch that you choose, right? Remember, it depends on the batch that you choose. So if you choose the 1st to 13th of November batch, that's great and awesome for you. If you choose the 20th batch, that's also great. But remember, price goes up after 48 hours. So question and answer time. Dun, dun. I don't have drums. So I want to hear your questions, right? We're just going to use a few minutes to do this. Let's see how we are able to wrap up in the next 14 minutes. Let's see how we are able to round up in the next 14 minutes. So let me go ahead and hear those questions. So let's have those questions. Are there questions that you want to ask, things that you want to talk about? I'm all ears. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about them. Are there questions that you want to talk about? Things you want to talk about? I'm all ears now. So bring the questions coming. And it's also good you learn from other. And there's nothing to be shy about, on this journey, but there's no shyness. If you shy, if you snooze, you lose. So there's no shyness. See, don't ever get to the point where you are saying, let them not think that my own child is worse, right? So we're just going to enjoy a little music while I wait for our questions and try to chat the link for the purchase in the group. So let me know if you can see the link. And I'm sure you can see that on the group. I'm sure you can see the link on the screen. I'm sure you can see the link on the price reverts after 48 hours. I get that. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us in today's webinar. Like, thank you. It was awesome. It was an amazing time. It was such a delightful moment, right? These are the kind of comments I want to be seeing now. I will sign up. I'll sign up. Great. I'll sign up my team. Awesome. Oh, I can see I am determined to build a better relationship. Awesome. I love this. Go back and make your relationship work, right? Make your relationship with your girl child work. I can see all the for joining. I enjoy doing this with you all. Thank you so much for joining. I enjoy doing this with you all. So let me get those questions. And if we don't have any questions tonight, we'll just begin to wind down a little. So let's shake our body small, right? Let's shake out the small to wind down. So we begin to wind up. So we're going to have so much fun, right? At Made for More Coaching, we're going to have the days who come and we'll dance like this, right? See, your girls are in for something real. Trust me. Like, oh my goodness, trust me. They are in. Like, they'll be the one telling mommy, please, when is the next Made for More? Like, please, when is the next Made for More? Auntie, please sign me up. I want to attend, right? It's going to be an amazing time. It's going to be transformational. It's going to be fun, right? gosh, you all, y'all are amazing. Thank you for joining this live webinar. Thank you very much. Fidel Essena. I hope I did not murder the name right. Thank you so much, Fidel, for joining. It was awesome having you on board. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, hey people, this is where we're going to call it a day tonight, right? This is where we're going. Oh, this is awesome. And thank you for the time. Okay, so this is what we're going to be calling it a day tonight. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to still, of course, I'm going to still see us on the group. Yes, I'm in Nigeria. Now you know. Okay, so I'm going to see us on the group. And all conversations we go ahead and continue on the group, right? So thank you so much for joining. And I look forward to saying to you bye, and I will see you. You're the one to go, right? Yes, I can see that. So this is me saying to you bye. Can I see some bye emojis in the group chat? For those of us that are still on, can I see some bye emojis in the group chat? And of course, if you're watching the replay, hey, we are glad you are right here, right? You can still go ahead and send in any of your questions, and I will be able to attend to them as soon as I can if you're watching the replay. And if you want some things you want to discuss with me privately, right? You don't want to talk about them here, go ahead and reach out to me on my personal line. Okay, let me quickly chat that here, right? Go ahead and reach out to me on my personal line, 809-360-2938. So just in case you're watching the replay, go ahead and reach out to me on my personal line. To one of us would be able to reach out to you. So that is my contact. You can go ahead and reach out to me anytime that you. Okay, I'm trying to know what the problem is. Go ahead and send me a message, shoot me a message. That is my contact. Yes, that is it. So from whatever part of the world that you're watching, awesome. Joyce Kenneth said slot secured. Great, girl. That's amazing. That's awesome. So that's my contact, 9360298 plus 23480 So hey, I can't wait. Please send me my girls. Like, send me my girls. Let's have some awesome time, right? Awesome, Joyce. Yes. Thumbs up. And I know, as I'm telling, and I forgot to mention, we have a limit to the number of girls taken, right? We have a limit to the number of girls. So please don't feel bad when you do not rush to take advantage of this and we turn off the link and you can no longer access to pay. Don't be surprised, or hurry up now and pay. Thank you so much to P. Thank you for joining live. Thank you for joining. So send me my girls. Send them to me. Send my girls to me. And let me have an amazing time with them this summer. So I'm just going to put out, and of course, enroll. So thank you so much for joining the webinar. Like, you guys are the real MVP. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone that joined this webinar. And of course, if you're finding it difficult to make payments, great. She's repenting today. That's awesome. If you're finding it difficult to make payments, I'm just going to go ahead and put that up here. Okay, let me go ahead and put that up here so it's easy for us. For those that might be having issues with making the Rex payment, I hope I'm not missing my keys. Let me go ahead and put that up right here so it's actually easy for us to be able to make payment. So for those, just go ahead and pay to 07260 74523. Yes. Right? That's the account details to make payments into. So send me my girls, 2674523. Yes, Access Bank. And of course, if you want to make payments, you're not in Nigeria and you want to make payment from outside of Nigeria, please go and use the link and be able to pay in any currency with the link, right? And if you are and you want to pay in dollars, of course, this is just $5, right? It's just $5. So this is the account details that you can make payment to. Yes, you can see that on the screen. Access Bank 07 2674523. So go ahead and feel free to make your payment in account details. You can also use the link. You can also use the link. Don't be afraid. Seller is a very secured platform that you can use to make your payment. So thank you so much, everyone. And this is where we draw the curtains for the day. And I'm going to see you in the group, right? We'll still keep in touch in the group. And if you're just joining and you would want to join the group, you have to use it number that I've put up already in the comment section, and I'm going to send you the link to the group, right? So bye everybody till when next I see you. Be good and take good care of yourself. Bye.